Hey everyone, thank you for tuning in to another episode of In Studio. I'm Brian Parika, and today we have Ross Mathews.
It's a big deal.
It's
How did you ever get this booking?
I know, it's such a big deal. Everyone here is excited you're here. I'm excited to reunite with you.
Yes, yeah, I saw you right before I walked into the Celebrity Big Brother house.
Yeah, it was a fun day.
You remember that, our interview?
Yeah, it was great.
Can I ask you, what did you think in that moment? Did you think that this is someone who's going to win the game? This is someone who's going to make it to the finale. Did you think that about me?
Compared to the other interviews, I kind of thought, not that I hoped you weren't going to win, but because you were such a super fan, I thought you had such a leg up over everyone else. So I kind of thought...
That's right. You're right.
Yeah.
You're very observant.
Yeah. But I thought you would win, but it's boring to see someone so good at the game and then win. Yeah. But you completely were different.
Okay, so I'm going to let you interview now.
Okay,
Sorry.
Cool. No, that's good.
Okay, you take it now.
Turn the tables.
I'm used to doing that, so I just did it.
We have so much to talk about, but first. Hashtag
but first.
What is it, 4 days since you've been out of the Celebrity Big Brother house. How have you reacclimated to the real world, to life?
I've been fine. It was odd to come out. Everything moves very fast.
Yeah.
And as soon as I got out of the house, my assistant was trying to give me my phone, and I was like, "Oh my god, I do not want my phone." No, which is funny because the first few days, first week, all I wanted was my phone. Yeah. I'm adjusting better than Marissa is because Marissa and I talk 18 times a day.
Oh, you do?
And she goes, "Sometimes I just want to go back in the house." That's what she said to me yesterday.
Really?
I go see your therapist.
What has been, I guess, the toughest part of adjusting?
The toughest part is the stimulation. I mean, I haven't really even turned on the television. And usually I have the TV going with playing a game on my phone and the internet on my iPad. It's usually just stimulation. So I just have really appreciated calm. Like on the drive here, I didn't look at my phone.
Drive.
I just sat and looked out the window and watched things go by.
No music either?
No. Which I don't know. I actually kind of like it. I don't know
peaceful.
if I'll go back to the old way. I don't know.
That's good. That's you're a whole new Ross now.
It is a whole new Ross. Yeah, very focused and thinner.
So you came in second place on Celebrity Big Brother, and you also won America's Favorite House Guest.
Well, now that's the most important one.
Yeah, that's a pretty big deal.
It's a huge deal because
I voted for Omarosa.
For Omarosa?
I'm joking.
Okay, cut. No. I'll tell you, because I played this game as a super fan. I knew the jury would be an issue. I believe we even talked about this, the fact that the jury was not sequestered like they usually are during regular seasons of Big Brother, but I couldn't care. If you played the game worried about the jury seeing everything you said in the diary room, then you weren't really playing Big Brother.
Right,
So I just wanted to play. I wanted to be on as many episodes as I could, last as long as I could. So finale, huge. Final two, bigger.
No.
America's Favorite Player, the biggest of big.
Yeah. Speaking of bitter kind of jury, do you think Shannon was the one to kind of flip everyone against you and vote for Marissa?
Probably.
Can you talk about that? What?
Well, it surprises me that Shannon took it so personally. Inside the house, and then especially outside the house with some perspective. I just assumed if I had been able to backdoor Shannon, which I was going to do, I had the votes to do it, but Keisha wanted to go home to be with her baby, so I let that happen. But if I had done that...
It was a noble thing to do.
It was a noble thing to do. It was the right thing to do. But I had it set up to backdoor Shannon. Had I been able to do that, and then we did get her out the next week, I really thought Shannon would turn to me and say, awesome move. Good game. You did the right thing getting me out. Now go win.
That didn't happen.
That didn't happen. I love Shannon. I think she has an amazing heart, and what she does for animals is an extraordinary thing.
It's great.
I just thought as a super fan, she wouldn't take it like this. I kind of want to buy her the box set of seasons 1 through 19 so she can rewatch the show and remember what it's about. It's about building alliances. It's about crossing alliances. And it's about saving your butt when you're on the line.
Now, one thing I asked you and Marissa if you would go back into the house, and you both said, hell no, absolutely not. I'm not doing that again.
Yeah.
But Shannon said she would do a regular season of Big Brother. Do you think she would do well? And what kind of do you think of that?
If Shannon did a regular season of Big Brother, she'd certainly have to get thicker skin.
No.
You don't survive the Big Brother house being that emotional. She has a beautiful heart, and that's my favorite thing about Shannon. And outside the house, I am so in awe of her. But that house is tough.
No.
You can't take it personally because it's not personal. You're a number, and you're either a winner or you're a loser in that house. There is no in between.
Now, one thing you did after the show wrapped, something you guys kind of all talked about in the live feeds, was go to Marissa's barbecue. Kind of tell fans what went down that day.
Well, there was so much to talk about that, you're on camera 24/7.
Yeah.
So there is what's happening and what you think about what's happening, and then the stuff you can't talk about because it's just
Please don't talk about production.
A little bit of that, and a little bit like, Omarosa, when we're out of this house, I want to know if you were lying about Chuck. I want to know, like when it really doesn't matter in the game anymore, I want to know everything. So we always talked about going to Marissa's for like a barbecue the day after we got out. And then that night when we got out, we were like, that is not happening. But it happened. And it was Omarosa, Ariadna, Brandy, Marissa, and myself at Marissa's house. And it was a fascinating conversation. We took phones and threw them in the corner. So Omarosa felt like she could talk freely about some White House stuff and things like that. I promised I'd never tell. But.
Now, you were the one to kind of get Omarosa to spill
kind of
secrets. No, to actually get
the
scoop.
The scoop.
Where's your Pulitzer Prize?
Where's my Pulitzer Prize? Give me an Edward R. Murrow Award, something. Listen, I'm fascinated by Omarosa in general. I'm fascinated as well that she has been in the inner circle of the most historical presidency, well, other than Barack Obama, of our lifetime. Really, it is crazy. I had to ask her some questions because I've seen her interviewed, like on Good Morning America. You all saw that. I felt like there were clearly talking points.
By Felicia.
Yes, by Felicia, by Robert Roberts. I thought there were certainly talking points on that interview, things they wouldn't talk about, couldn't talk about. But I never agreed to any talking points with Omarosa. So I thought, let me ask the question that I think people really want to know. After the drama, after the gossip, after all of that, they really want to know, are we going to be okay? Whether you're a college kid or you're a parent, you want to know, am I going to be okay?
And she said?
She said no.
Yeah.
What the hell? It wasn't the answer I was looking for.
Well, I guess, was that the most shocking thing she said about Trump in the White House?
Yeah, she also said she'd never vote for him again.
No.
She said a lot, but the answer, are we going to be okay? No. I thought it was also interesting when she talked about the vice president and saying he's scarier.
Yeah.
It's something like you could sort of deduce, but for someone who worked for them to say it's just scary. It's not what we were all looking for.
Now, going off that, on Wednesday night, she appeared on Stephen Colbert and kind of backtracked those comments. You reacted to it on Twitter and said Big Brother can release the actual full footage of it. Yep. What's your reaction to how she's kind of backtracking, and why do you think she's doing it?
I appreciate Omarosa. I do have a deep appreciation for what she does. I'm like in awe of her, and I respect what she does. And we actually were on good terms, and she actually texted me that morning. She was going to, I think it was the night before, she was going to Colbert, and she said, I'm nervous. I said...
She hasn't texted you since,
No, she hasn't. I said, just be you, be real, and be honest. That's what I said. So when I watched the clip, and Colbert was asking about that conversation I had with Omarosa, and she was saying we're not going to be okay. Omarosa sort of backtracked on Colbert and said, we were talking about DACA and the Dreamers, and that's what the reference. And that is incorrect. We were not talking about DACA and the Dreamers. We had that conversation later, like a week or so later. But that conversation that she saw the clip, and that conversation was strictly about President Trump. Are we going to be okay with him in office? And so I tweeted, no shade, but Omarosa, you're mistaken. Yeah. The conversation is that. I've heard through the grapevine she's not thrilled with me, but I just wanted to keep it real. I just like she would keep it real for me.
Well, yeah, it's important. You can't make those comments on the show and first of all not want to talk about it and then backtrack kind of what you're saying.
And this stuff that Omarosa is talking about and that I'm talking about is way bigger than Big Brother. It's way bigger than any reality show. We're talking about the President of the United States, and someone who worked with him inside the Oval Office said we're not going to be okay. Yeah. And she can't backtrack from that because we're talking about lives here. We're talking about jobs here. We're talking about business and the economy. You cannot backtrack from that.
Now, one thing we kind of talked about at the finale too was, I mean, what's your take on having this reality drama about the White House and like having the political lines?
Well, I'll tell you this: there should not be questions in the White House briefing room about things that happen inside the Celebrity Big Brother house. Those lines should not blur. I love pop culture, and pop culture especially includes politics, so I follow it very closely. But it shouldn't be this way.
No.
There should be silly, fluffy, funny entertainment, and there should be the job of the economy and keeping us going and running the government. And those two things shouldn't blur. We shouldn't be living in this world where it's like this. No. It's silly, it's ridiculous, and it's unhealthy. I don't like it. Yeah, I don't like it.
It's crazy.
Right, it's crazy. It's not good for us.
It's not.
That being said, it was fascinating.
You got the scoop.
Who?
You got the scoop.
I did.
Mathews with 1 T. We have some questions from Twitter.
Go.
Some Big Brother related ones. From @Caleb B. Sanders. When in the BB house did you ever wonder if anyone you know, like Sal, Salvador.
My partner, Salvador.
Was watching the live feeds in that moment, or did you often forget they were on?
You often forget they're on, even though you never forget they're on. It just becomes the new normal, you know? And we never really knew who was watching, if anyone was watching, if the show was a hit, if anybody cared, if we were wasting our time in there. But you had to just not care. I just wanted to play the game, play it hard. And then I was thrilled to find out it was a hit when I got out of the house. But we had no clue.
Next question from Michael Horn 23. Looking back, do you still think you could have beaten Mark at the end? Or were people like Shannon and Omarosa so set on you losing that they would have voted for Mark?
I don't know. Okay. I think I would have had a really good shot beating Mark. I would have loved that finale because I could have said, like, look, one of us played the game. And I love Mark. One of us played the game, though.
He's
and one
so
of
great.
us, Mark is great.
Yeah.
But I would have said one of us played the game and one of us
was a camper.
Got here. I took a vacation and got here, okay? But I knew when Marissa won that final HOH and I was going to the finale with a woman, there was no chance I was going to win. Because I'd been told since day one by every woman in the house that they wanted a woman winner. So I made peace with it right away. I was happy. I was good. But it was no surprise to me at all.
Did you see it when Shannon was kind of talking to everyone? They were like whispering.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
You know,
Julie tried to put a stop to it. But
yes, Julie is wonderful. She knows the truth. She's a fan of mine. I'm a big fan of hers. You know, it's silly. No. It really is silly. Listen, who did the best in the game?
No.
That should be the sole reason how you vote.
I thought Ari did really well as well, but she didn't make it, obviously. To the
but I mean, end, but look at competition.
No, yeah, it was you.
Yeah, and look at who shifted the house.
Yeah, it was you.
Yeah.
And like who saved himself every time.
Every time they were on the block.
Omarosa put him on the block. It's crazy.
Yeah. Not for nothing, but I'm just saying, I'm a fan of the show.
You
vote for the person who does the best.
Ultimately, you would call the jury bitter. Like that's like a good description.
Bitter. I would call them bitter is harsh. Bitter. Let me say this. I am happy with the outcome because America's Player was more important to me than the title of winning. I think it's clear why they voted how they did. It was for personal reasons, not for gameplay.
Totally personal.
Yeah.
Who I guess in the house? Obviously, you and Marissa are close, but who else in the house are you? Do you see it having the closest relationship?
Tonight, I'm going.
And whose relationship kind of surprised you?
My relationship with Mark surprised me because I just adore him, and like we just were messaging. Tonight, I'm going to dinner with Ari, Marissa, and Brandy. I mean, we've gone through something that nobody else in the world will ever understand, and we went through it together, and it was really challenging and tough. And it sounds kumbaya-y, but like it's a bond I don't think will break.
Which is great. You guys stuck together mostly for the whole entire game, which is great. What's next for you? You're still on All Stars Drag Race?
Yeah, so we have All Stars Drag Race airing now. And
what can you tease about that?
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
It's about to, you don't even know what you don't know.
Yeah.
It's that good. And then season 10 starts right away after that, and season 10 might be my favorite season ever.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's really good.
And then you have your new show, Nat Geo Wild, from the red carpet, premiering Sunday.
Thank you so much. Yes, so I'm no stranger to the Oscar red carpet. This year I'm doing it a little bit differently. I'm interviewing some of the biggest stars in the world, but I'm doing it on Nat Geo Wild. So we're talking to animals like Meryl Sheep, Mahershala Ali,
that's actually so funny.
Kat Damon and Jimmy Kimmel get into a fight. Dame Judi Stench, I have the honor of interviewing her. She's a skunk, of course. And the actors play their voices and talk back to me. And it is a show for the whole family. So on Oscar Sunday, Nat Geo Wild, 7 p.m. on the East Coast, 4 p.m. here on the West Coast. And it is... We should win a prize for how many puns we can fit into one show.
Oh, that is too funny.
Yeah, so I get to produce this along with Nat Geo Wild and host it.
That's
it's
awesome.
Really good.
Now, for the actual Oscars, what are you looking forward to most watching this year's show?
This year, I will be watching the actual Oscars at home in full head-to-toe elastic. And I'm looking forward to that because it's been over 16 years since as a super fan, since I've gotten to like actually watch the show. Yeah. So I'm exhausted and I really look forward to doing
just watching it.
Not a damn thing.
That's awesome.
I'm going to print out the ballot, make my predictions, and enjoy the show.
That's awesome. What are your predictions so far?
Oh, you want to talk predictions?
Let's do it.
All right. 3 billboards because it won the SAG, it won the BAFTA, it won the Globe, okay? People say Shape of Water, it could happen, but I don't know.
That's the
Directing's going to be Shape of Water. It's going to be what's his face for the movie with the chin, the double chin.
Gary Oldman.
Gary Oldman for the Darkest Hour.
Hour. It's
going to be Frances McDormand. If you're going to see a surprise, it's going to be in supporting because Sam Rockwell's won everything. But watch out for Woody Harrelson because he's beloved in that characters is more empathetic. Right? More empathetic towards him. And then it's probably going to be Alison Janney. But if there's a surprise there, it'll be Laurie Metcalf. There you go.
Awesome. Now, what do you want to say to your fans before we go? Mathews with 1 T.
I've always been the super fan that won the golden ticket that got to come here, and that is getting to go in the Big Brother house is no different than that. I felt the same way. I felt like I had to play for you guys. I'm the super fan who they let in. So I felt you all throughout. I would do moves, and I think I can't let down the people who love this as much as I do. So if there were people playing a watered-down, muted version of this game, I wasn't going to do that for you, and I wasn't going to do it for myself. So thank you for making me be even better than I thought I could be at it. Thank you. We did it together. Now I'm tired. I mean, I'm literally just walked out of the house and been talking for the past 4 days. Yeah. I am so tired. I want to turn everything off. I want to get under a little comfortable with my dogs.
Yeah. Just do it.
I might eat.
You deserve it.
I might actually eat a full bag of Doritos because Marissa never let me do it in the house. Have a full bottle of wine because Brandy never let me do it in the house.
On that note, thanks for watching, everyone.
Mwah.
See ya.